When Ryan's dog Bella began barking uncontrollably at his father's coffin during the funeral, Ryan's gut told him something was off. He dismissed Bella's cries, trying to focus on saying goodbye to his father Arnold, who had passed from an infectious illness. But when Bella leaped onto the coffin, scattering flowers and sitting in an alert position, Ryan couldn't ignore her instincts any longer. "Open the casket," he demanded, as gasps rippled through the mourners. Ignoring the crowd's murmurs, Ryan opened the coffin, only to find it empty. Shocked, his uncle confronted the funeral director, but no answers were given. Ryan's mother fainted, and he rushed her to the hospital. Later at home, Ryan contacted the police. Detective Bradshaw arrived, confirming that Arnold's body had been released to the funeral home after the coroner verified the cause of death. Suspicious, Ryan decided to dig deeper. Leaving Bella at home, he went to the morgue, where he learned the coroner had recently resigned, and no replacement had been appointed. The nurse refused to grant access to Arnold's file, citing policy, but with a discreet $1,000 left on the counter, she turned a blind eye. Inside the office, Ryan searched for his father's records but found nothing. Frustrated, his phone buzzed with a call from Mr. Stevens, his father's attorney. At the office, Mr. Stevens informed Ryan he was now the CEO of his father's company, which was drowning in debt due to Arnold missing key investor meetings in the months before his death. Stevens also revealed Arnold had been romantically involved with his secretary, Miss Pearson, which shocked and angered Ryan. Seeking answers, Ryan spent the day meeting investors to smooth over the company's financial issues. Later, he followed Miss Pearson to her suburban house. As she left for the city, Ryan sneaked into her home, determined to find evidence. Searching the house, he discovered a framed photo of Miss Pearson and Arnold kissing, along with an envelope containing Arnold's $7 million life insurance policy, naming Miss Pearson as the sole beneficiary. Taking the evidence to Detective Bradshaw, Ryan learned that Miss Pearson had a flight to Morocco departing in 30 minutes. Detective Bradshaw and her team rushed to the airport, with Ryan following despite being told to stay behind. At the boarding gate, Bradshaw shouted, "Police, step aside," as her team scanned the area for Miss Pearson. Spotting a woman matching her description, Bradshaw ordered her to step out of the line and raise her hands. But as the woman turned around, Ryan realized it wasn't Miss Pearson. She had vanished without a trace. Disheartened but determined, Ryan returned home, convinced that Arnold was alive. The figurines from Arnold's office, part of a rare collectible set, had been missing. Ryan knew Arnold valued them greatly and suspected they might lead to him. Investigating further, Ryan located the owner of the third figurine, a collector named Mr. Frederick. He visited Frederick, who demanded an exorbitant $750,000 for the figurine, far above its market value. Desperate, Ryan called Mr. Stevens and offered to sell his shares in the company to raise the money. Though reluctant, Stevens agreed to wire the funds. With the money secured, Ryan purchased the figurine, hoping it would draw Arnold out of hiding. At home, Ryan reassured his worried mother that he was working on something important and promised it would soon be over. He then arranged for the figurine to be auctioned, funding advertisements to ensure Arnold would notice. On the day of the auction, Ryan watched nervously as bids climbed higher. Just when it seemed the figurine would sell for far less than expected, a voice from the back of the room called out, $1 million. Ryan's heart raced as he recognized the voice. Arnold, disguised in a hat and coat, had revealed himself to secure the figurine. As the auctioneer confirmed the sale, Arnold quickly left the room. Ryan intercepted him at the exit, where Detective Bradshaw stepped forward and handcuffed Arnold. Furious, Arnold accused Ryan of betrayal. "It was a trap," he shouted. Ryan retorted, "You staged your own death to run away with Miss Pearson. How could you do this to us?" Arnold admitted he had grown tired of his old life and wanted to start fresh with Miss Pearson. Ryan condemned his father's selfish actions, reminding him of the values he had once taught him. Detective Bradshaw assured Ryan that Miss Pearson would also be apprehended soon. Arnold was led away in handcuffs, bringing an end to Ryan's search. Ryan couldn't believe the lengths Arnold had gone to for his selfish escape. Arnold confessed to taking out a $7 million life insurance policy and bribing the coroner to falsify his death certificate, planning to start a new life with Miss Pearson. While Ryan was heartbroken, he was resolute in his stance. "You taught me to live with integrity, Dad. It's tragic you couldn't live by your own words." After Arnold's arrest, Ryan returned home to reflect on everything that had transpired. Bella, who had initially alerted him to the mystery, seemed calmer, as if sensing that justice had been served. Ryan spent the evening reviewing everything he'd learned, still grappling with the betrayal and the lengths his father had gone to for his escape. Meanwhile, Detective Bradshaw followed up on Miss Pearson, tracking her financial transactions. It became clear that she had been deeply involved in orchestrating the plan with Arnold. The fraudulent life insurance payout, combined with the missing figurines, was part of their larger scheme to fund their new lives abroad. Miss Pearson's trail led to a series of properties and accounts tied to false identities. Bradshaw kept Ryan informed, encouraging him to focus on rebuilding his life rather than dwelling on the betrayal. But Ryan found it hard to let go, still haunted by how close his family came to financial ruin and emotional devastation. As Ryan processed the fallout, he realized his father's scheme had deeper repercussions than he initially thought. The financial damage to Arnold's company was significant, and Ryan had sacrificed his shares to uncover the truth. Still, he was determined to honor his father's legacy in a way Arnold himself could not. Detective Bradshaw continued her pursuit of Miss Pearson. Tracing her last known movements, she discovered a hidden account Arnold had set up for her under an alias. The funds were frozen, cutting off her resources. With no way to flee further, Miss Pearson was eventually apprehended in a small coastal town, trying to board a boat to international waters. When Bradshaw called Ryan with the news, he felt a bittersweet sense of closure. While Miss Pearson's capture brought some justice, it couldn't erase the pain caused by Arnold's actions. Ryan was left to pick up the pieces of his life, supporting his mother through the emotional aftermath and ensuring his family's business regained stability. Despite the betrayal, Ryan found solace in the support of his loved ones and Bella's unwavering loyalty. The mystery that had started with Bella's alert barking at the funeral had finally reached its conclusion. Although Arnold had tried to disappear, Ryan's determination had exposed the truth, proving that some bonds like family and integrity are too strong to break. With both Arnold and Miss Pearson in custody, the aftermath of their betrayal unfolded. Arnold's confession revealed his discontent with his old life, leading him to stage his death, falsify documents, and plan an elaborate escape with Miss Pearson. The financial strain left on the family business was significant, but Ryan refused to let it crumble. Ryan worked tirelessly to rebuild the company, negotiating with investors to regain their trust and stabilize the firm. He sold the remaining figurines, which had caused so much trouble, using the proceeds to pay off debts. His mother, though heartbroken, found comfort in Ryan's resilience and Bella's constant presence. The loyal dog who had uncovered the mystery from the start remained by Ryan's side through it all. Though Arnold's actions had devastated his family, Ryan found a renewed sense of purpose. He focused on the values his father once stood for, determined to restore integrity and stability to their lives. As he looked toward the future, Ryan realized that while some wounds might never fully heal, the strength of truth and justice could pave the way for new beginnings.